So what do you think is the central thesis here?
I'd say the central thesis is about embracing vulnerability. Mayci talks about how opening up about her struggles has been a way to find strength. She quotes, "Vulnerability is not weakness, it's the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change." Kind of powerful, right?
Totally. And it's such a timely message. I mean, with everything happening in the world, we see so many people craving authenticity.
Exactly. One of the standout moments for me was when she shares her experience with loss. She lost her father and wrote about how that shaped her understanding of motherhood. She said, "Grief is the price we pay for love."
Wow, that's deep. It really hits home. I think a lot of us can relate to that. It's like when you love someone so fiercely, the thought of losing them becomes almost unbearable.
And she also shares her experience with postpartum depression. I mean, that's huge. She emphasizes that it's okay to ask for help. She says, asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength.
Right? Like, we love a strong person who can admit they need a hand.
Exactly. And another thing that struck me was her take on motherhood. She mentions how society paints this unrealistic picture of the perfect mom. You know, the Pinterest mom?
Oh, please, I can't even keep my houseplants alive.
Same. Mayci argues that real motherhood is messy and chaotic, and that's okay. She quotes, "The mess is just part of the magic."
Love that. It's like a reminder that we're all in this together, right?
And that's where I think we might disagree a bit. I feel like while her message about vulnerability is powerful, it can also open the door to people potentially oversharing. Like there's a fine line, you know?
I see your point. But I think that vulnerability can foster community. Sometimes when someone overshares, it just creates space for others to feel safe sharing too.
True, but there's also the risk of people using those vulnerable moments for attention rather than authentic connection.
Fair enough. Maybe it's about finding balance.
Yes, balance is key. And speaking of balance, the book also touches on how Mayci navigates her identity within her faith community. That's a biggie for many.
Oh, for sure. That part resonated with me too. It's like watching someone break free from the constraints of expectation. It reminds me of how we see characters in shows like The Handmaid's Tale, where they're constantly battling societal norms.
Exactly. The struggle for authenticity in a world that often wants to box us in is a theme that resonates across genres and communities.
So what are our takeaways from this?
I think the key takeaway is being vulnerable is a strength, not a weakness. We should embrace our stories and share them, but also be mindful of how we do that.
Yes, and don't forget it's okay to ask for help and celebrate the messiness of life.